Hello guys, and welcome to my Evelynn jungle counter guide. First off, when you're playing Evelynn in the jungle, you're going to want to start machete 2-pot with the warding totem. Next, you're going to want to leave base as soon as possible and lay a ward either in their red buff or in the bush you see right there where I warded it. It'll help you a lot later. As you can see here, they're trying to invade me. So you can just sit off to the side and stay invisible. You can start red buff if you start on red side or blue side. I have color blind mode on, so it's red and blue for me. But it's best if you start near your bot lane so you can get a good leash, because Evelynn's pretty damn weak and she can't really do a buff by herself. One good thing about starting bot lane is you don't have to start your blue buff. You can just get a leash on your Toad to get the better leash. You get the poison buff and on your way to their red buff, like right here. So you see I'll get the leash, and after you get the Toad, you're gonna want to go ahead and smite it. After you've smitten your Toad, you're gonna want to go ahead and just walk all the way down to theirs. And one thing you want to do, right as you're getting your Toad, you want to look out their bot lane, see if their jungle even started there. If their bot lane goes to lane late, that means they're leashing the golems. So as you can see here, I'm just walking around. I know she's at her red buff because she's not at her raids right now. So I see her, I'm off to the side. She smites it early because she's greedy. I just walk up when it's low, steal it, start auto attacking her, and I pick up the kill. She was too low, plus I had red buff, so even if she did flash, I would have just flashed with her and killed her with my Qs. So as you can see there, I'm already level 3. I'm pretty strong. I don't do the race because I see mid is missing. Yasuo is only level 2, so I can just push him off. Here, bot lane does not call MIA and Nautilus appears, so I have to flash. I don't want to get hooked and exhausted. So that was kind of frustrating. Well, pretty much, you've already taken the lead. You're level 3. V isn't even level 2 yet. And so you're pretty far ahead. Now you can just go ahead and pick up your blue buff and then continue doing what you're doing. One nice thing about Evelynn is, though, like I was mentioning before, even if you don't start on blue buff, when you're invisible, you rack up mana constantly. That's your passive of your passive. Whenever you're invisible, you regenerate like part of your maximum mana every second, or it's like you're missing mana. It's really, really strong. Your Q is your hate spikes, like you see there. It shoots out hate spikes in a target that you're attacking. It is technically AoE, but it's very skinny. Your W is your frenzy. You speed up, and on a kill and assist, I believe it refreshes it instantly, so you can use that in a lot of sneaky ways. And your E is your ravage. I think it's ravage or backstab. It's really, really strong. It does 2 instant auto attacks essentially. It scales off the AD and AP, and it gives you a ton of bonus attack speed temporarily. V is low, but you gotta think ahead in the situation. What is she gonna do? She's obviously, I've taken her red, so she's gonna go to her blue buff. She doesn't have a buff yet. She is level 3, so I'm gonna hang back and just wait for her to go to her blue buff. I see her, I can just follow her. I decide I am gonna go around. It's just a little bit safer and I can get a little bit better vision. You are gonna want to take your Q level 1, get your backstab, your ravage at level 2, and your W at level 3. After that, you just max your Q and your E. So I'm pretty much just timing it. I figure even if she does get her blue buff, she'll be pretty low on health, so even if she does get it, I can just kill her and take it from her. Like right here, she's already gotten it, but it doesn't matter because she's so low on health. She's not going to leave the 2 little things because she doesn't even know I'm there. So you're level 4, she's still level 3, plus you've taken both of her buffs. At this point in the game, you're really far ahead. This is a really easy gank top, but Gangplank's a little bit too low and can't really help. I do try to Q him too early. My first Q misses. I would chase him, but 1 Q and E from Vlad would nearly kill me. Vlad's pretty strong right now, and I'm only level 4. At this point, you could go back, but I kind of want to get my red buff to set it to respawn. Plus, I have my smite, so I can take it easily. So like I said, you're going to want to max your Q, take your Q level 1, take your E level 2, get your W level 3, and then you're going to just max your Q, and then between your Q and your E, essentially. You could max your W over your E, but I don't like that kind. On your first recall back, your goal should be to get the Devourer, because it just like helps a lot. It gives you tons of sustain, it helps your clear time, and it just might up more often, so objectives and so on and so on. Your objective is on your first back, get your Devour and boots. If you have enough gold, go ahead and pick up your amplifying tomb to go ahead and build into your AP Devourer later. You could pick up the 81. I don't like it as much because it only gives you 10% cooldown reduction, and that is useful, but the AP one gives you 20% cooldown reduction, and I find that's a lot more helpful because Evelynn basically works just as well with AD as AP. She works a little bit better with AP just because her ult scales off of that, because all of her abilities essentially scale the same with AD and AP, but with the 10% extra cooldown reduction, and since it scales with your ult, you're better off just getting the AP one. Just take my word on it. So I do have my boots, I have my jungle item. Nautilus thinks he's cool. He's just gonna walk up there. I saw he was just gonna keep walking toward, so I essentially just let him walk into me, and once you see that little red eye, that means they can see you. So I just waited till he was in that, and I just walked at him and just destroyed him. I do have to run away though because there's two of them here. Whenever you go around corners or areas where you think it's warded, make sure your invisibility is up first. Your invisibility is really strong, especially the more you level up, the faster you go invisible after attacking, being attacked, casting a spell, so on and so on. I could go kill Yasuo, but the problem is V's here. And anyways, like I was saying with your invisibility, at level 18, it's only 3 seconds until you can go back to be invisible, which is really, really strong. On your second back, I've only been back once, just got so much gold. On your second back, you're going to want to go ahead and pick up your Boots of Mobility. It's one of your main items. I see V is doing her red buff, so I go over here. I'm actually even a higher level than her, but I completely mistime it, and I actually missed the smite. That kind of pisses me off, so I flash over the wall, which wasn't a very good plan. And then I get a little bit bloodlusted, and I kill her. It's not really worth it. It's only worth it in the sense that the problem is she gets the shutdown money. It's better than the shutdown money going to one of the laners, because then my lane will fall behind. But it's good in the sense that she loses her red buff, so she can't really gank as well. As you can see on my second back, I have my Boots of Mobility and my AP Devourer. It's really, really strong. It gives you just tons of clear and sustain. It's so useful. Whenever you do go back, if you have spare money, go ahead and pick up your ward. Once you're level 9, then you'll go ahead and pick up your upgraded warding totem. It's really strong. It's like having a free sight stone. It's only 250 gold upgrade. Right now, warding totems are really strong. I don't know if Riot's going to nerf them in the future, but currently they're really strong and people don't upgrade them enough or fast enough. Yasuo lays his ward, I just break it. I know her blue's gonna be up soon, so whenever you can see opportunities, just go into their jungle, especially when you know they're not there, and go ahead and leave wards. I am up 4 kills to 1, so I am pretty strong at this point. I see V is over here, so I'll probably try to smite this away from her if I know how to smite. I do realize V is level 6 and she can 1v1 me because I didn't take Ignite. I like Flash more on Evelynn. I used to take Ignite, but if you don't have Flash, Flash saves you like 9 out of 10 times, and Ignite usually actually ends up getting you killed because you get bloodlusted because you estimate your damage really high. Vlad can't get away from you, just running on the very edge of his pool so you don't get slowed. It's really nice. V is really good at chasing just because of her Q alone. It's really OP. V is still here. I thought TF was going to ult over here and we'd kill her. I do have Boots of Mobility, so she can't keep up with me. She didn't quite see me. And since, once again, you were laying your wards, you know where they are. So you can just wait for her to do her blue buff. She'll lose a little bit of health, really not that much because her passives are good sustain at this point. I'm trying to walk around so she doesn't see me. The yellow eye means they haven't seen you yet. Red means they have. So I just smite it and run away. One of the best things about counter jungling with Evelynn is not only is it effective free money and it's really fun, but if you're playing against someone who's either on tilt, someone who's been losing a lot of games, or just a really immature player, sometimes they'll just rage quit. Surprisingly, the speed doesn't, which is shocking because I've killed her several times in her jungle and taken her buffs. After you get your boots of mobility and your AP devour, that's pretty much your core. If you don't have a tank on your team, you will have to build Cinderhulk. It is a shame, but Cinderhulk's just strong anyways, so don't be too sad about it. But after you get these 2 items, the next thing you're going to want to pick up, you got to look. Like, you can't just build the same items no matter what in every situation unless you're just an OP champion like Yasuo. You got to look. You don't really have a tank on your team, so in this situation you would actually build Randuins most likely, but I don't really want to build that, so I'd just go ahead and build more damage anyways. I go in way too deep here. I was really greedy, end up getting killed. TF ends up dying. He might not have died if he would have just kept running instead of turning around to throw a card. My preferred build is, even though Randuins is technically the better thing to build, gives you the slow in the tank, my preferred build is getting the Hextech Gunblade. It's really strong, it gives you slow, plus the spell vamp from it. You usually get that first. If you can get the Bilge Waterling Cutlass, you want to get that first for the slow. But the Hextech Revolver gives you tons of sustain, it gives you damage, it just helps out a lot. Once you finish getting that, you should have a ton of damage and you'll have infinite sustain at that point in the jungle. I have 10 more CS in the jungle than V does, which is quite a bit when considering I've been taking a lot of her big jungle monsters. She's been taking a lot of lane minions, which just hurts her team in the long run. I do ward their red buff, but bot lane is missing, so I have to play a little cautiously. If Bard had his ult, this would be an easy kill. Yasuo goes in a little too deep, and you kill him. People like Yasuo, they're very predictable. Once they get their 3 stacks on his knockup, he'll just go in, you can just walk in behind him and knock him out. The only thing you have to be wary of is pink wards, but when there's a pink ward and it sees you, like right there, you saw an exclamation point above my head, that'll happen. That happened because there was a turret nearby. Vladimir is open for a gank. He is walking back a lot, so he's playing really cautiously considering Gangplank is so low. Like, that's just Vladimir. Vladimir does see me just barely. I try to inflict some damage on him before I leave. Gangplank's heal is doing a lot. I think he probably maxed that second. That's doing a lot. I do chase Vladimir and knock him out. With Gangplank's ult is slow. No way you can get away. Whenever you go up to attack somebody, if you're just straight up faster than them, and if you need to save your W, you usually save it, but 9 times out of 10, whenever they can see you and you come out of invincibility, you click your W to get up to them. You hit your Q constantly, non-stop, because that's just constant free damage. And the moment you get up to them, you hit them with your Ravage, with your backstab. It's just Ravage. It's your E. It does tons of damage, it gives you attack speed, and you stay on them, keep auto-attacking them, hitting them with your Q. When you have your ult, it's even better, because you can ult them, then run up to them, keep hitting them, and they can't get away. It's tons of free damage. A nice thing about your W is, like I said, it resets on kill or an assist. Here, Gangplank does a great play, flashes away over the wall. I would take out Graves pretty easily, especially since I have minions helping me, but Vladimir appears and I can't finish it. Vlad does overstay, and as you can see, I have like 500 ping right now, and that's why it's kind of glitchy. I do use my flash because of the ping problem, and I do pick up the kill though, so it's worth it. Putting Vladimir farther behind, getting kill money, plus farming the minions and denying him the minions is really big. I am 8-2. We are still losing by a little bit just because of our bot lane fed pretty hard. It's like, I can understand your lane losing, especially when you get ganked, but when the enemy jungler literally hasn't touched your lane once, I'm not that sympathetic. I won't say anything, but I don't really care, like, you know what I mean. Bard pops a pretty good ult there. He gets himself away. Gangplank's ult has a pretty low cooldown. On your third back or your fourth back, you're going to want to go ahead and try to finish up your Hextech Gunblade. Or if you're going down the tankier route, you're going to get your Anduin's Omen. I'm just walking around their jungle trying to get a free kill. V does get home a little bit in time. Plus, since we were pushed to their turret anyways, we're not late enough into the game where we can just dive them. So I was just going to go steal some jungle and stuff. You got to keep your eyes open. Whenever you hit level 10 or 9, preferably 9 since that's when you can get it, pick up your advanced warding totem. It's really useful. Just lay the wards deep in the enemy's jungle. You always know what they are. Ashe does go way too deep there. Gets caught out by Nautilus's ult. I just walk up here to give Gangplank some backup. Didn't really intend on fighting it anyways. I did want to pick up this blue buff, but we didn't do it nearly fast enough. Plus V flashed. I did want to get it though. I clicked tab out to see if Nautilus had boots mobility. Surely enough he did, so I just had to hurry to pick up some speed. At this point I can just about solo anyone on their team except for maybe I can solo anyone on the team pretty much except for maybe Graves. That's about it. That's what happens once you get this many kills and this much items. GP is so fast, it's just completely out of our control. Graves jumps over the wall, I can't really help him. Whenever you can't actually be in there meleeing them, just try to get off as many Qs as you can, like you saw me doing there. Your Qs do more damage than you think. So if you get in a few Qs, that's several hundred damage. So I just got myself 2 assists there, plus I did not die. Make sure to be taking them jungle camps. At this point in the game, my Q is maxed. I'm working on maxing my E next, my Ravage. After that, you're gonna max it, your ult, and then your W. Always max your ult first on like every champion, except for maybe like Jace or Udyr. Dragons for Evelynn, unless your bot lane is dominating, dragons really aren't a possibility because Evelynn is so squishy that unless you're in the much later levels, you can't solo dragon at all. Like a lot of champs can just solo dragon. Not Evelynn though, she's pretty damn weak. The best way is pretty much just the way I've been showing you, is to play counter jungle Evelynn. You get tons of free gold kills, you nerf their jungler. Otherwise, you have to gank lanes, and ganking lanes works especially when you gank top or mid. But when you gank something like bot lane, and then it's 3v2 instead of 2v1, there's a good chance of you dying since you're so squishy, especially if the enemy jungler shows up. If it's just 2v2, like top lane, you can usually just get away. But when you're chasing them 3v2, it's just risky, because it can end up into 3v3, and that's just too much extra damage to be poured into you. I do go ahead and pick up my Hextech Gunblade, gives you lots of damage sustain like I already said. And you're off again. I personally smart cast my E. I don't like to smart cast my ult because you can even see it in the pros in LCS. They'll like mess up their ult, and like I saw Sejuani play where it's an easy team fight, they're all bunched up and she just straight up threw her ult in like the wrong direction, like a whole 40 degrees in the wrong direction. Didn't make any sense. And the only way she could have done that is either if the person had a seizure, or more likely if he had his ult on smart cast, which doesn't make any sense for an important ult that's got a high cooldown. The only reason for smart casting ults is if it's a very short cooldown ult, like Kog'Maw. and that's about it. Something you got to get off really fast and constant. It's nice to have your E maxed though, because you have to be focusing on getting off auto attacks and Qs, and if you're having to click your keyboard again just to do your E, it's not good. It's nice to be able to just click E and have your cursor over them and have it go. It helps you out a lot. Since they are pushed mid to my teammates are dead, I can't do shit. There's no point. That's just a new mistake to go back there. Ash sat up way too far and gets caught out. She should have just sat back from afar and shot her W's out, her volleys. So like you see, I'm just pushing. Like I can't go in there and fight those four. We'll get destroyed. But so Vladimir comes out. That's pretty much the best possible scenario, is if none of them come back or if all of them come back. Because if only one of them comes back, you can't really do anything, because they'll just sit there on the turret. And if all of them come back for you, it's good, because then they're not breaking your base. So in that case, you just go back, just pick up some free kills. I do have my Hextech Gunblade up, so I'm on the chase. Somehow V got all the way down there, but TF gets into the stun. You have your boots of mobility, so you will catch up. Ash's ult hits her, but it doesn't count it, pretty much. I got an assist, so that's pretty nice. We just got picked up 4 kills, so we can easily do a Baron. Like I said, having that Hextech Gunblade's giving me a lot of healing. I'm getting back around 60 health every second from my E and my Qs and my auto attacks. Didn't even smite it, wasn't concerned, saw Vlad bot, just save my smite for something else. My Q and my E are both maxed. At this point you will level up your W, quite simple. I smite the golems just to get some health back. Walking around in your jungle, like you'll see my passive will come up, and then also I have 11 mana regen per second, and then it drops because it's based off of your current missing mana. It gives you back a ton though. It's pretty much 10 per second if you got less than half mana. That's a lot. That's like having 2 mana regen items. That's the best thing about Evelynn. She's very mana hungry. Right here I do get caught out. I wasn't expecting that, just flashed over the wall. Right here what you saw was I did end up dying just barely. Nautilus did flash for it. What I was trying to do when he saw me turn around, I didn't realize the Ignite was going to kill me. I thought since he was a low enough level it wouldn't have done enough damage. What I was trying to do was barely hit him with the tip of my ult to give me that shield to survive. That was just unfortunate. I just barely couldn't get it off. Ashe does miss another ult. She's not the most competent. Luckily this Gangplank carries pretty hard. He has a what is that? Trinity Force and a Static Shiv. It gives him tons of damage. If he lands a crit with the Static Shiv, he'll do around 500 damage in just 1 Q. I'm going more of damage Evelynn, so like you see, I have my Boots of Mobility, my AP jungle item. I picked him up my Hextech Gunblade, and then if you're going just damage Evelynn, the next thing you're going to want to do is pick up your Sheen and your Phage. They're really nice because your Sheen gives you your auto attacks a lot more damage. It gives you some AP, some mana. And the Phage, whenever you attack an enemy, it'll like boost you on your auto attacks, your movement speed, so you'll just stay on them a lot better. And this is one of the things when you gotta think ahead. I have a big wave bot, so I might as well go bot lane, push it in, and wait for an enemy to come. If only one enemy comes, I can go ahead and pick up a free kill. I did see V up there. I saw Nautilus actually, and I didn't want to stay too long without seeing him again, but I saw him again bot lane. I did just run past a pink ward, and I guess I didn't realize it. Here, I should have just let Ashe die. Instead, I stayed way too long. Whenever you're fighting like 2v4, 2v5, and your teammate comes in to save you, you can either run deeper into the enemies and let your teammate get away, or if you feel like you have more importance than your teammate, then you let them die and you run away. But never do what I just did. Never die with your teammate like that. It's just stupid. There are minions at our base. Luckily, the big minions, the siege minions, didn't focus the turret. They attacked our minions a little bit, so we're not going to take too much damage on it. Base turrets do heal, but they heal very slowly to the point where it's essentially irrelevant. I'm going to go bot lane. Usually enemies, they don't double split. If one of them was just on their own, you could easily pick up a kill. I am going to want to go ahead and pick up my Trinity Force soon. Gives you tons of damage, like Rick always says. Gives you movement speed, and it also gives you some health, so it's really sweet. At this point in the game, it is pretty late. It's starting to turn into late game. You're getting your late game items a little bit. This is mid-late game. You have two options. You can either try to group and team fight, which is very hard because they have Graves AoE, they have Vladimir's AoE, they have Nautilus's stuns, and they have V. It's just going to be very hard for you in a team fight to actually do anything. So your best bet is to actually split push and just fight someone straight up 1v1 or just break their base. Because if you look at our team comp, it's not very good in 5v5s. You have Gangplank and a freaking Evelynn. So the best thing you can do is just split push. You're very fast. It'll take at least two of them to come kill you, and one of them would have to be V for that ult. I don't want Bard to be there. If it is warded, he'll scare Vladimir first of all. Plus Bard could die. I just come into the bush, and you wait. Vladimir's E does come into the bush, so I figured he noticed that, but apparently he wasn't paying attention. So I just run out and kill him. Very easy, very quick kill. I only lost about half health, and I took a few turret shots, so it was worth. So instead of going into a team fight and potentially getting destroyed like we most likely would, I got a free kill bot. So not only they're down a man now, plus they're gonna have to send another person down here if they don't want me to break their turret. So they pretty much just lost 2 people, and me just killing 1 is really, really OP. I did want to finish this turret, but I'm not going to be able to quite get it because V's going to come down here. And I could finish it and actually run away from V because I'm so fast, but I figured there's someone else, like you saw there was Graves. I do want to get off a ward to give me some vision. I see it as pink warded. I could actually solo Graves even without my ult. If he might actually be able to kill me 1v1 just because he has a red buff, but if he didn't have red buff, I could kill him without my ult. Otherwise, I would need my ult. I figured Nautilus was going to go and break my ward here, but he actually stays a lot closer, and Graves follows him, and Nautilus's hook lands. If Nautilus's hook didn't land, I could have probably picked up the kill on Graves. But they both went to break the normal ward for some reason. It was a little bit greedy of me. I went out when I shouldn't have, but still. I do have a lot of money from clearing creeps, so I'm killing Vladimir. Pick up my Trinity Force, and it's all good. That Gangplank damage, though. Nautilus needs to get more armor than he has health. I was debating whether to get a Hydra or not. At this point, I figure we're probably going to win anyways. I'm pretty fed. I don't really give a shit about building tank. I'm just going to split bot lane all day, and they're going to have to send at least 2 people to kill me. I'll get an Infinity Edge just because, or if I really felt like it, like if they had a lot of AP on their team, I would actually get a Mob Mortius, but it doesn't matter because they don't really have any AP. All they have is Vladimir, and he's not that strong right now. Pick up these minions. I already split bot. Now I'm just going to go split top instead since there's a big stash of minions. Our bot lane already has a big stash of minions down there of our own minions because I was pushing it. So now we have 2 lanes pushing. We have our bot lane and our top lane pushing now. You got to think about these things when you play champions like Evelynn. If you don't think about these things, you're going to lose late game no matter what. She's so weak. I do see Vladimir here doing the Gromp. I was going to stay by and probably kill him and steal the Gromp, but Vladimir just ran, So, and V actually appeared. I was going to take the ground, but V appeared and I knock off her Banshees real quick. Three of them are top right now, so there's not a whole lot I can do. Just get down some wood and pick up a scuttler. And this is one thing I hate that mid laners or anyone will do. Whenever your jungle is taking scuttle crab, don't take it. The jungle gets 30 extra gold from killing big monsters, which includes scuttle crabs, big wolf, big wraith, big golem, and dragon, and so on and so on. So taking the scuttle crab is just essentially stealing gold, overall gold from your team. It's just annoying. I'm just gonna push this lane out. I drop a ward to get a little bit extra vision. I should have laid it a little bit deeper near the wolf pit, but I have a big minion wave and I wanted to push this wave in a little bit. Once again, Vladimir blows his teleport. So whenever Vladimir uses his teleport like that, it's a bonus for us. Plus, now I can go back and fight them 5v4, but our Gangplank stats was 4v4, but I'm pretty strong. I run off to the side so they don't see me. I get a 4-man ult. It gives me about a 900 shield. I take quite a bit of damage. I'm trying to heat sink on V, but she gets away. Graves is a little greedy and wants that turret. It's not, at this point in the game where respawns are around 50 seconds, it's not worth it. I get a kill, I get assist, I get my W speed up again. Nautilus can't get away from me because my Qs are just OP. Gangplank does get the kill with his ult, which was a complete waste in my opinion. I see V, and apparently she saw me running from mid lane, so I don't know where she went. She might have went in that bush behind me, she might have ran all the way back to base, but I don't see her. So I'm actually going to go break a turret. One thing you do when you're one pushing turrets is, you saw I broke it like instantly because I ravaged. Whenever you ravage, it gives you a ton of attack speed for like 3 seconds. So whenever you're breaking turrets or base, wait till there's minions there, or if there are minions there, make sure you eat them. I see here I'm probably not going to be able to get away, so I say fuck it, I'm going to break their inhibitor. It's totally worth it. Especially since I'm a backdoor champ, if I can have bot pushing automatically and relentlessly with siege minions, then I can push top lane. Therefore, they'll have to have someone in bot lane and top lane to stop me, and then my teammates can 4-man push against 2 people mid. If we do that, it's just easy win. Because I'm strong enough and fed enough that I can 1v1 anyone. And my KDA is starting to go to crap, but I do have 8 assists and quite a bit of farm, so I don't really care. They do go for Baron, but GP ult is always up. Bard ults it, buying us some more time. GP is just doing so much damage. He's basically doing more than our Bard and Ashe combined. TF does pick up a pentakill here. It is pretty nice. It's actually pretty good that TF got the pentakill because Ashe is so useless that TF with the pentakill would be a lot more useful than Ashe with the pentakill. Plus, GP is already pretty fed that it wouldn't really make that much of a difference. There are 2 big minions mid, so I'm gonna just push that off real quick, especially with your hate spikes. Since they're AoE and they're all running right at me, the minions, I could clear that pretty fast and not have any problems. And like I said, our bot lane's pushed in. Since we took that 1 inhibitor bot lane, it's letting us get a really easy free Baron, plus bot lane's pushed in, taking away map vision from them. On their map vision, they can't, it's all dark on their bot lane because their minions aren't even down across the lane, they're inside of their base. I just take the ground real quick just to get some healing, plus it's a lot of free gold. I already have a ward near their wolf, so I can just farm this. It does start to get a little bit laggy again though. That Scar Ward though. I am picking up a Infinity Etch since I'm just going damage Evelynn with Trinity Force. Trinity Force gives you a little bit of tank, just enough, if we're with damage Eve. I do see Vlad and I want to get a free kill, so I pop it on Vlad. and it's so laggy that I don't want to chase that because his team's MIA. See, if I would have chased that there, I would have died. I'm just trying to decide to push top lane or not. See where their team is. Their team's actually fighting my team right now. And since Vladimir was so low, Vladimir wasn't even fighting. So their team was under the illusion that it was a 5v4, but in reality it was a 4v4. And GP and TF are really fed, so there's no way in hell they were going to win that. That was a very easy fight. Vladimir got killed like last in the back. So we got me. I crippled Vlad in that fight. He just below half health with no blood pool. Bot lane's pushing in naturally by itself because of the inhibitor. Plus now we're taking top lane turret. At this point it is just GG. The enemies will surrender. They don't want to fight this. And that was just a really easy, fun game. One thing to realize when you're playing as Evelynn is even if you do lose, you have so much fun trolling the enemies, getting tons of free kills, cheat kills. It's just so much fun. That was not a very good ult by Bard. And then we win the game. I hope this guide helped you guys out. Take away from it what you can, and I'll see you out there on the roof.